New Year's greetings for your lover. Darling, I will be late tonight. These words of her husband had been heard too often lately. Gloria was tired of lonely evenings, of Adam's constant excuses, and of his constant gifts, which seemed to her like a ransom. She wanted to have a romantic dinner together by the fireplace, talking and kissing just like before. But all that suddenly disappeared. "Well, what happened this time?" she asked irritably, packing her husband's lunch for work. "Gloria, you're like a little girl. Why do you have to sulk over such trifles? You wanted us to open our own business so that we wouldn't have to deny ourselves anything. I'm still striving for that. I work 7 days a week and holidays to make you happy. For example, with this..." Adam takes a small package out of his coat pocket and hands it to his wife. "This is for you. And don't be angry anymore. Everything will be fine." He touched Gloria's chin with his hand, gently pulling her lips to his. For a moment, she thought that everything was back to normal. But the kiss lasted only a few seconds, and Gloria did not catch the taste of love in it. "I'm going to go now, bye," Adam said, smiling. But Gloria couldn't force a smile back. The more she thought about her relationship with her husband, the heavier she felt. They had been married for 5 years and had never had a decent argument. And now every step seemed suspicious. All I could think about was where he went, who he went with, why he took so long, and so on. I wanted to break down and run after him, to make sure that the suspicions were grounded. But I restrained myself all the time. After all, shouldn't a marriage be built on trust? In the whirlwind of her thoughts, Gloria didn't even notice that she had put aside the package she had just received from her husband. But eventually her curiosity got the better of her. She unpacked it, and there was a golden pendant with the letter G on it. It looked luxurious. I carefully put it on a gold chain and tried it on. "It's beautiful," I thought to myself. I had neither the strength nor the desire to fight with Adam anymore. He is incredible. "I'm sorry for this morning. I love you." She quickly sent her husband a text message. The reply came quickly. "And you. To you." Gloria tried to pull herself together, not to give in to emotions, to be reasonable. But then her friend threw in the towel. "I don't know what's going on with you, Gloria, but the other day I saw your Adam on our street. He was driving with some beautiful girl in her red car. There was a big bouquet of flowers behind the glass. It was obviously some kind of business trip, but I would have checked anyway. But everything is fine with us. Look at the beauty he gave me." "Well, whatever. Such gifts are not for holidays, usually not for good." Her friend continued to warm up. She burst into tears. The next day, Gloria deliberately didn't pack a lunch for work in advance so that she would have an excuse to come to his place of work. She wanted to take a closer look at the new employees. Of course, she didn't tell him about her plans, so the surprise was a success. Adam took his wife into his office and told his secretary to bring them 2 coffees. "The new girl, instead of Emily?" Gloria asked. "Emily went on maternity leave, so we had to hire a new secretary. Betty is her name." A moment later, she was almost throwing up with anger. Because the secretary wore the same luxurious bee pendant on her chest as she did. But Gloria still had to find out about the car. "There's a beautiful car parked out front." "The red one? That's mine. Isn't it gorgeous? It was a gift from my dad for my 25th birthday," the receptionist said. "Really? That's a great gift. Congratulations. Take care of the car." After leaving her husband's office, Gloria went to a cafe on the ground floor. His windows just overlooked the parking lot. After 6, she received a message on her phone. "Sorry, urgent meeting. I'll be late for 2 to 3 hours." A moment later, Adam stood in front of her in an embrace with his secretary. They got into her red car and drove off somewhere. Gloria's revenge plan came quickly. It was New Year's Eve in a few days, so the wife decided to make a gift for her husband's mistress. She went to a sex shop, and chose a toy in the form of a male organ and bought good screws at a hardware store and a can of gold paint. Everything is ready. It remains only to wait for the right moment for such a presentation. And so, the time came. "What did you see that was so funny?" the secretary asked her colleagues, but they remained silent, just laughing again and again. When the doors opened, Betty almost fainted. Someone had bolted a male penis to the hood of her new car. There was an inscription next to it. "Here, now you have your own. Don't touch someone else's." He fired the secretary, paid for her car repairs, and was afraid to think about new left-handedness.